of fear. It's the opposite of faith. 7 is a number of faith.
Okay.
So because the devil is symbolized by the number 7, it tells us if we succumb to our fears, that's hell. If you forget your faith, you're in hell.
Uh-huh.
That's the metaphysical meaning of the little guy in the red suit.
Yeah.
Because faith and fear are opposite sides of the same coin. So since the number 7 is a symbol for faith, and it's the devil is also the number 7, it shows us about that seesaw, if our faith is high or if our faith is low. If we lose faith, we succumb to fear. But the truth of the matter is, Dan, we never left the garden.
Really?
We're still in the garden.
We're still in there, huh?
That's right.
Well, now that I have educated you on something called the Orgone Blaster, I was just thinking that if I met a demon, I could put numbers in the Orgone Blaster and then shoot him with the positive ones and maybe neutralize him, type of thing.
Well, I hit him with a full dose of number 3.
Number 3?
That will make him laugh and laugh and laugh.
Okay. Let me ask you, Craig Wright, what is the value of 0?
0 it symbolizes in the beginning. Early man, when he etched a 0, when he first etched the first 0 in the sand, meant this is all there is. This is everything. It symbolized the Alpha, the Omega, the entire world. It was the first number in the beginning, the first cause. It relates to the primordial cause or the primordial source, that invisible energy we spoke of at the top of the show. So because it's part of your number, when I added up your birthday and came to 40, that means, if you've seen Star Wars, the Force is with you. You carry knowledge of the divine.
Let me ask you something. There, a couple of years back, there was a movie with I have to think of his name, but the name of the movie is a funny guy, and it was normally a funny guy, but Jim Carrey, and I think the movie was called 23. If I'm wrong on that, somebody in the live chat correct me, but I think the movie was called 23. In that movie, he saw the number everywhere, and ended up it drove him crazy and ended up murdering people. Is numbers? If you're surrounded by numbers, let's say you have a favorite number, do you see them because you're looking for them, or you thought about them? How can you tell that you're not picking them out, your favorite number, out of your mind and say, "Oh, there's that number again," and sort of construe a synchronicity or a road map of some sort? But how can you differentiate between you thinking about those numbers or your favorite number and seeing them, and that they're just being random and you know what I'm saying, versus they're really there?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And actually, sometimes it could be both. Sometimes we could be thinking of a number and projecting energy. Sometimes we'll see a number, and that generally means the universe is trying to tell us something. That number 23, by the way, is a very, very potentially, remember, I talk about energy being balanced, underbalanced, or overbalanced. If the 23 is overbalanced, it is the most destructive of all the vibrations.
Ooh.
The number 23. If we look at September the 11th, 2001, it adds up to 23.
Okay.
If you look at the word Al-Qaeda, it reduces to the number 23. So this is potentially, I don't have to give any more examples of just how volatile that vibration can be. Now, on a positive note, I don't want to leave all the people born on the 23rd hanging out there. On a positive note, the 23s can be God's change agent. They are here to bring about change. They are here to express freedom. But on the extreme case, you can see what that 23 can produce. Very devastating number.
In fact, I am thinking that the famous date on the internet, 2012, when the world's supposed to come to an end, I'm thinking that they've got that December 23rd, 2012. Is there anything to 2012 itself, Craig Wright, that means anything, the year 2012?
Well, if I look at 2012 and add up 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0, I come up with the number 5. The number 5 is a symbol for freedom and change. So during the year 2012, we can expect change, communication, travel. So in that respect, whenever there's change, that part of the world has come to an end. When you become successful, you die as being someone who was poor, and you're born into someone who's successful. Mm-hmm. So this change of the world, or the end of the world thing, metaphysically, yes, it'll happen, but I doubt if the lights are going to get put out, because after we saw the rainbow, we knew that's not going to happen anymore. No. So let's take that out of people's consciousness. We don't want people deciding, well, I'm not going to wait, I'm going to take an early trip. Mm-hmm. But I do expect there will be change, adventure, new vistas under the number 5, situations that will require decisions. The number 5 implies you come to a fork in the road, and you have to make a change. You have to do something new. So in that respect, yeah, the world's going to come to an end. But it does every day. Every day you lay down and close your eyes and go to sleep. And when you wake up, it's a new day. A new world begins. Every cell in our body is new. What is it? Every so many years?
7, I think.
I'm out of my expertise now, but we're brand new. Yeah, we're dying and being reborn all the time.
Okay.
It never stops.
Okay. So, Craig, do you consider that now that you're obviously in numerology and such, do you predicate your life experiences, the things that you choose and do you check your numbers of different things, or do you just let what is it, gay Ra Selah, or whatever that woman said, gay Sarah Sarah? I mean, do you just accept them, or do you make choices based on the numbers of choices you have to make?
Oh, I definitely utilize the science. The idea is to move in harmony with this invisible force, this energy, this life force that has brought us here and is seeing us through. If you can tap into it, imagine a ship lost at sea and you see a lighthouse on the shore. Yeah. That's how I utilize numerology, not only for myself, but for my clients. Yeah. A lot of young people. I perform marriages. I do a lot of marriage counseling utilizing this. This information that you get from numerology in terms of compatibility, you wouldn't find out from someone unless you live with them for 4 or 5 years. It's then.
Well, Craig, how do we know that if, say, you give somebody a numerical evaluation of sorts, and it sounds like all the numbers except for maybe the 23, which came up, a couple bad numbers, you said, but most of the numbers that you have talked about have positive, good things are coming to me type of things. But what if you told somebody something about the number of their name and something horrible happened to them? Would you then say, I must have missed a number somewhere? No. What I have been sharing is the upbeat or the positive side, but I've also shared that energy can be overbalanced, balanced, or underbalanced. For example, the number 40 that we spoke about. It rained 40 days and 40 nights and it destroyed the earth. Oh, by the way, 12, 20